right,
No
BJ Jarrett.
And you got 10 to it on that one.
That's it. Squealing.
Yep. It ain't, it's really close.
That don't get no better than that. It does not get any better than that. Nope, that's about as perfect. If that ain't money, I ain't seen it. I don't know what else would be. I don't think it.
Yeah.
That looks like money.
That's just stuff that you work with.
Or that one.
There it is.
He dead. There's no doubt
All
about that.
10s, I guarantee it. Look, they all 10s.
I done shot 10. I ain't gonna shoot again.
Oh, gone.
Huh?
Gone arch on it. Gone on busting.
We counting you first. We ain't counting the second. There ain't no pressure on this one. You done killed him once. You just shooting it because you got it laying there now.
Set gap in between all.
Shoot that yellow arrow.
Yeah. Shoot my yellow arrow. That's it. You shoot that yellow arrow.
Broke his
Y'all
spine.
hadn't said nothing.
Give him a volley. He's still squealing. Still wiggling. Oh,
There you go.
Good deal, right? I gotta get down here where I can get to him. Still gotta shoot 22 limbs right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That's
Good
him.
shot.
That's him. Go ahead on.
Oh, I couldn't even stand up.
Yeah. Was that made that nice racket?
I don't know. That sound like it rigged straight off your arrow.
It might have. That's it.
Go get him. Go get him.
Thank you for joining me today on Instinctive Addiction Archery. I'm Jeff Phillips, and I've got a cool one here for you today that I hope you enjoy as much as I'm enjoying bringing this to you. I mean, this is just so cool. Okay, so number one, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get in the game. That's right, you do not have to. You can buy a budget bow like this and shoot just as good as anybody else. You can. Guys, there's not that much difference in so many of the entry-level bows out there. I mean, they shoot phenomenal. They really do. From a Black Hunter to this Toparchery Recurve to a Samick Sage to all the above and many others, the Fleetwoods, the Bear Paws, there's so many that you can get in under $200 on some and well under $500 on other setups. But let's just say you're on a super tight budget and you want to get started. You want to shoot, but you want the best performing bow for the money. I got you. I got you. Okay? $114. That's right, $114 for a super shooting recurve here. Amazon special. Okay? Black Hunters, same way. Right at $100. 3D shoots are full of them. The bows shoot phenomenal. The longbows especially. Lights out, great shooting bows. But you got to put a good string on them. You got to put you a custom D97 fast flight string on them because they come with junk strings, okay? Other than that, the bows are great. But I'm going to show you guys just how good these bows shoot and how much fun you can have for a little of nothing. A little of nothing. Check it out, guys. Quick too. Very quick bows. Ooh, almost busted my knock. Ultra consistent bows. All day long. All day. It's ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous what you can get for that kind of money. It really is. I don't understand it. I don't know how they do it. Shoot the old bear target here. I mean, what more can you ask for? Seriously, guys. What more can you ask for? I gotta show you this stuff. Come here. Let's take a walk and check these out. This is what I'm talking about. Okay? I mean, look, guys. $114 bow. Every one of them. Every one of them. Every one of them. Look here. What's up with that? I mean, you don't have to spend gigantic money. You don't. You don't have to spend big money to be on at all. You don't. I mean, there are certain things that you have to do and certain things you don't. Number one, with no modification at all, none, not a bit, other than a string, you can have a bow to your door for $124 that will shoot groups like that all day long, every day, all day, as fast as most any bow on the market, quiet, smooth, an absolute pleasure to shoot. And you can buy extra limbs for like 60 bucks. As many poundages as you want to try. This one has 40s on it. This is 40-pound limbs on this one, which are just so comfortable. And I got a set of 45s for this bow. And I absolutely love it, guys. I can't help it. The thing has a footed riser. It's made out of Cocobolo diamond wood. Very dense, well-built riser, good mass weight. Now, I love my quivers on there because I hunt with a quiver and I shoot with quivers all the time. But the bow is just so well balanced. It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Now, on with that. There's, when we did this little experiment for these cheap bows, there was a reason. Okay, you may say, well, why are you messing with Amazon bows and all this stuff when, you know, you used to build custom bows and all this, and you know, I own a lot of high-end bows. I do. You pay for a work of art, a custom high-performance work of art that is built to your specs, the wood choices you want, the overlays, everything about the bow is built for you, and it's a bow of a lifetime. That's what custom bows are. But let's just say you're a guy that does not have $1,000 to $1,500 to buy a custom bow at this point. Don't worry about it. Get you a cheap bow and work on your shot process. That's what's most important. Get in the game and get to shooting. Start going to 3D tournaments. Get you a bow with a good string. Now, like I said, there's a lot of good string builders out there. A lot of them. I buy my strings from Trevor Fielder, Triple T Strings. You can pull him up on Facebook and order your strings. And 38 bucks, I think, for a D97 Fast Flight custom built string. You got to put them on these cheap bows. I mean, you absolutely have to put them on. That's a must, okay? Now, so considering if you spend $125 and you spend, say, close to $40 for a string, you got ballpark a little shy of 150 bucks in a bow. That's it. That shoots like this. Black Hunters, okay? The Black Hunters, my brother-in-law and my nephew and several others in the group tried the Black Hunters. I mean, this was just a niche thing that we wanted to try and buy up some of these bows to see if they were any count, see what the hype was all about, and see if it would be feasible to even recommend any of these for a guy that's wanting to get into traditional archery, get in the game, and get in cheap. Well, we were blown away, blown completely away. Right now, two of my closest friend shooters are shooting Black Hunter Longbows in their 3D. Black Hunters with a triple T string on them. And they are shooting lights out, okay? They love them, love the bows. So that tells you how good they shoot, all right? So what I'm saying is there's a multitude of entry-level bows that you can buy, anything from a Samick Sage to a Fleetwood to a Bear Paw. Three Rivers offers a multitude of them also, so does Lancaster. Lancaster actually does quality control on a lot of these Chinese bows. They'll upgrade the string and they'll do poundage checks on them and tiller checks, basically, so that you know you're getting pretty much what you're supposed to get. Because it is a gamble. When you buy an ultra cheap bow off Amazon, it may not be perfect, and then again, it might. All of them that we bought were, okay? No issues, no problems, no nothing. Okay, so all I'm saying is, guys, if you want to get into traditional and you don't have the money to buy the high dollar bows at this point, don't worry about it. Get you a cheap bow and get to shooting, okay? Get to shooting. Because you can spend the rest of your life upgrading and switching bows and buying this and buying that and trying this and trying that. But I promise you, for under a couple of $100, you can be out there shooting like anybody else. And as you see, these bows shoot just as good and just as accurate as anything that money can buy. They may not be the exact high quality as far as some of the materials and all that, but they're pretty dadgum close. They're very close. They're very well built bows. I will tell you that much. I don't know how they do it, guys. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. And like with me, part of my traditional journey has been not just building bows, but owning lots of custom bows that, man, I just love, because there's always that one bow that is just, it feels like the super bow, okay? That you shoot better than anything else. There's always going to be that one, and when you find it, you'll know it, okay? Now, as precious as my custom bows are to me, I'm enjoying shooting these bows because it's proven to me more and more and more that this may be the ticket for the guys that don't have the money, that can't afford to, or don't want to. Maybe you're just starting out and you don't know if you're even going to stick with it or not. You know, you may be going to switching from compound to traditional. And you might be thinking, well, I don't know that I'm going to stick with this, so I'm not going to spend big money on any of these things. Well, get you one of these cheap bows. Get you a good string. Get your arrows tuned where they're flying good out of it. Now, if you say, okay, Jeff, tell me about that real quick. Okay, quick setup. Bow comes in a box from Amazon. You got a riser, you got limbs, you got your pads, you got everything. It's super simple. And these bows, when I checked the tiller on these bows, they were dead even. I mean, dead even. Both sets of limbs for this bow were dead even, so they're great. But once you string it up with your new string, and a string will settle, I don't care what kind it is, it'll settle just a little bit, so you're gonna have to twist the bottom loop up once or twice, you know, first 500 or 600 shots. You're gonna have to do that. But I set my brace height between 7 3/4 and 8 inches, okay? I like shooting mine just under 8 inches on these recurves. That's what I like, okay? Now, because the way these grips are in, the way they come in, that's plenty. It's not too short, it's not too long. It performs well, it shoots quiet, has no vibration, okay? That's how I set mine up. Nock height. When I put a bow square on here, my top nock is about 5/8 of an inch above center, 5/8. If you have a long draw, you might have to go to 3/4, okay? Especially if you're shooting 3 fingers under. If you're gonna shoot the bow split, you can afford to go down just a little bit, maybe to a 1/2 inch, okay? It's gonna work fine. Super simple, easy setups for these bows. Good string, cheap bow. They shoot phenomenal. Absolutely great. And every one that I've tried, it's been the same story. Doesn't matter what brand, what kind, with a good string, and everything's set up right on the bow. They're ultra quiet, ultra smooth, fast, great shooting bows. They really are, guys. Just such a pleasure. And once you get that bow and you get it set up and you get out there and you start shooting, the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to start working on your process. Okay, now my process may not be what everybody else's is. I have my own that I do and I love it. Okay, but you may want to try gap shooting. You may want to. It's very, very effective. Matter of fact, I highly recommend it. If you're just starting out traditional, gap might be the thing for you. Because an aiming method is bulletproof. As long as you get a good release and you don't pluck the string and you do your part right, using the tip of that arrow to aim is going to be very, very consistent. Okay, it will. Just like shooting split vision will. Now you say, well, what's split vision? Well, I just did a whole entire video at the farm about split vision shooting. And in a nutshell, it's looking at that spot, but noticing where that arrow is at the same time in relation. Not only the up and down, but the right and left. So it's very effective at long range. 30, 40 yard shots, very, very effective, okay? But that all comes with knowing your equipment, knowing the trajectory, how your bow shoots. I'm shooting fairly light arrows out of these bows just because it's 3D season. I mean, there's no need to shoot a heavy arrow at 3D. There's just no need of it. We're not hunting, so it doesn't matter. A hunting setup's a whole different thing. But anyway, guys, that's what I do. I look at it and I draw back and I never take my focus off the spot. I don't. My main focus is always on that little spot. But let's just say you wanted to gap shoot, okay? So you get you one of these bows, a Black Hunter, a Toparchery Recurve, a T-bow, whatever, any that you want to pick, a Samick Sage, whatever that bow is, and you got your arrows flying good, and you want to figure out, okay, what do I need to do to start getting accurate here? I don't want to get frustrated. I want to get accurate quick. Okay, try Instinctive first and just see if you can do it. Okay, see if you have the hand-eye coordination to look at a spot, draw back, and shoot it and save 10 yards. See if you can do it. If you find it extremely difficult, then maybe you need to shoot light enough poundage limbs that you can hold the bow and aim. That's right, like a compound. Let me show you guys. Let me show you what's up. I'll do this on one. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it or not, but I have back here, I have a big blob target here. Sucker's 20 yards from right here. This is 20 yards, between 19 and 20 yards, okay? I'm gonna show you how gap works. It's very simple, very effective. At 20 yards, if I were to put this insert on that yellow spot, I would probably hit high. So I'm gonna demonstrate that just to show you. I'm gonna put it on the spot, see how high it hits, and it will tell me how low at 20 yards I need to hold that thing, okay? Here we go. All right, you see? And we'll walk up there and I'll show you. It's 8 inches high, at least. Probably 8 inches high. Right and left was dead on. And all I done when I drew back, I didn't even hold the bow. I drew back, and while I was drawing back and I got it to anchor, I just looked at my insert. I knew where it was at, and I shot it. Okay? So if I do the same thing, and I put that insert 8 inches below that yellow, it should be in there. That's gap shooting. That's what they call the gap. Let's do this. Just like that. Just like it. Matter of fact, I'm right in the bottom of the yellow. So I'll do it again. I'll guarantee you it'll be right there with it. They're touching right in there. Gap may be the thing for you. I'm telling you, do what works for you, especially starting out. Get out cheap on the equipment if that's all you can do. Now, if you've got the money to buy you a high-end bow, do it. But I still recommend going to some shoots and shooting a bunch of them to figure out what you want. Don't just go crazy and spend big money right off the bat. Get you a cheap bow to get all that nailed down. Then figure out your process. So with gap, that's it. Now, if I said, okay, I'm gonna shoot this wolf target right here. This wolf target, he's maybe, oh gosh, I don't know, he might be 12, 13 yards. What would I do with that situation? How low do I gotta put it? Well, if I gotta put it, say 8 inches low right there at 20, that means I'm gonna be somewhere close to 12 inches low. I'm gonna need to go right under that 12 ring and go down below his belly, probably about yay far below his hairline. And I'll bet it will go in there. And you'll learn that just from doing it. Check it out. Maybe not too low. I shot him a little bit low. Maybe it didn't need quite that much. So let's go right here to the hairline. I'm gonna put it right on the chest line. There it is. Just like that. There they are. It's easy peasy, man. That's gap shooting. You don't get no easier than that. I mean, and if you want to hold the bow and really sit there and aim, I don't have to. I mean, when I come in, I put it where it's at. If I wanted to gap shoot, I still don't hold real long, but it goes right where I want it to go. I mean, it's easy. So whichever method works for you, whichever it might be, that's what's most important, guys. Figure that out. So getting into traditional archery, number one, does not have to be expensive. Figuring out your process does not have to be difficult at all. You decide through trying it which method works best for you. And whether it be gap shooting or whether it be instinctive, you'll quickly realize which route you need to take starting out, okay? And if you've been shooting a long time and you're just not happy with how you're shooting, if maybe you're just not really that consistent at all, and you're shooting instinctive, maybe try gap. Try it. Try aiming. Just see. Because guys, I don't care what the situation is, whatever you can master that puts you dead on, that's what you need to do. Whatever it is, because accuracy is king. It is king. It does not matter. Does you no good to go out there and just shoot arrows and hit all over the place, because you will get frustrated and you will have no confidence at all when it's time to go to the deer woods. You will not have any confidence whatsoever. So you need to figure out what route you want to go and do it. Do it and have fun, man. That's what it's all about. Have fun. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today on Thank you for joining me on Instinctive Addiction Archery. I'm Jeff Phillips. I love you guys so much. If you have not subscribed, please hit that button. Hit that subscribe button. We've got a lot of new videos coming out, and you'll be alerted every time a new one comes out. Got a lot of cool content coming up. We got a lot of big shoots coming up, a lot of cool stuff like that. But I got a lot of technical videos planned, and hopefully they will be of a help to you. I hope they will. So anyway, guys, once again, I love you and I thank you, and pray that everything we do bring honor and glory to Jesus, who gives us everything to enjoy. Goodbye.